Resident Evil.
Hello again, family. My name is Chris. I am your home gamer dad, and welcome back to Resident Evil, the board game. Last time we continued our way through the Bleak Outpost expansion for the game. We had Advanced Barry and Rebecca go through Guardhouse A. We managed to find a new STARS team member, Richard Aiken, I believe is what his last name is. I have them right here because that's the starting point for everyone, right? It's not like 1 and 2 are in 2 different spots. All your players start on the same spot for this particular map. And let me tell you, if you thought the last episode's puzzle of that like weird going back and forth, flipping things in order to like put stuff in order and everything was crazy, this particular scenario, I am seeing many videos about how the puzzle is wacky, how it doesn't make any sense, how it's very confusing to go through, and then there's posts that talk about it and everything, and there's errors in the, oh my goodness, it's insane. So why don't we just go ahead and just jump right into this? I'll go ahead and read the story where we are. I will read the objective and the special rules as they're laid out in the book, and then we'll just talk about them really quickly before we start this adventure in the hopes that we will be able to survive going through Aqua Ring A. Inch-deep water floods every corridor and room, reflecting the overhead light in a blinding white glare. An acidic scent you can't place drifts on the air, doubtless from one of the many chemical containers you see, their contents staining the water in an oily kaleidoscope of color. Your boots break the calm with tiny splashes as you move, adding to the sound of 100 incessant drips, each echoing towards you from deeper inside the installation. Judging from what you've seen, the most effective areas will need to be drained. You'll just have to hope there's enough power to activate the system. Objectives: in this scenario, the characters must drain the flooded areas and progress deeper into the Aqua Ring. If each character is on the exit tile, the players can choose to successfully complete the scenario at any time. If there are any enemies on the exit tile when the scenario is completed, skip step 6 during the end phase. Again, that's the healing step. Special rules: drainage system. At the start of the scenario, shuffle the puzzle cards and deal them face up in a row on the puzzle track. Don't bother shuffling. I don't know why they tell you to shuffle. Take it from me and just do this. Place them in the order of wind, star, sun, moon. You can even do star, wind, moon, sun, or whatever, so long as the wind and the star cards are next to each other and the sun and the moon cards are next to each other. Then flip the wind crest and the star crest cards face down. If a puzzle card is face up, tiles with a matching name each gain a flooded token. You'll find those names here in the instruction book and on the exploration cards. Any enemies on a tile that gains a flooded token are killed. If a character is on the tile, the players fail the scenario. If there are any archways on the tile with a flooded token, replace them with a closed door. Models can't be placed on a tile with a flooded token. Closed doors leading to the tile with a flooded token can't be flipped to their open side. Flood switches. Here we go. A character in the same square as a crest token can spend an action to flip the matching puzzle card face up. Place 10 moon tokens on the card, then flip either the sun or moon crest card face down and remove the flooded token from the matching tile. Remember that if a card is placed face up, the matching tiles, the matching named tiles, gain a flooded token as well. At the end of each character's turn, discard a wound token from each puzzle card. If the final token on a card is removed, flip the card face down, then remove the flooded token from the matching tile. Then, in this order, flip either the Sun Crest or Moon Crest card face up. Master Switch. A character in the same square as the objective token can spend an action to flip any puzzle card face up. If the flipped card is the Wind Crest or the Star Crest, place 10 wound tokens on the card, removing them at the end of each character's turn as described above, or before in this case. After flipping a card face up, flip one of the other cards face down and remove the flooded token from the matching named tiles. If a flipped card has any wound tokens on it, they are discarded. Your brain hurt yet? Card decks. There are no additional cards added to the A deck. There is no B deck. For the tension deck, shuffle the 3 number 18 tension cards into the tension deck at the start of this scenario. There are 4 exploration cards for the Aqua Ring A, and after completing the scenario, add the Aqua Ring B scenario card to the map. Okay, so this is this is where things get a little crazy in here because, again, I'm actually just going to bring these over from the side. So I have the cards right here. Let's just kind of use this down here for an example. They're going to be over to the side. You're going to see how I'll have them set up as we're playing. But for right now, this is just for example. They say shuffle them and then place them face up in an order. I say don't bother with that because you really just have to focus more on the wind and the star crest, because what they tell you is that if you're in a spot with one of the crests, there are only 2 crests in this entire map, these wind crest and the star crest. If you're in a spot with that, or if you're on a spot with a crest, you're spending an action to basically press a button. Now, this is basically starting whoosh face down like here. You are pressing a button in order to flip it face up. You will never have the ability to push the button, and the first thing you do is flip something face down. I believe that comes a little bit later with the sun and the moon. So, say I flip this over, because I'm in the wind crest area, all right? So, boom, boom, that is now activated. Because I flipped this up, I can then either flip the sun or the moon card face down. Now, if you look here, this is the starting area. You see these particular tiles? These tiles right here show what the names of the tiles are that are going to be affected by the flood. So, for this particular scenario, when it first began, because this was flipped down and these were flipped up, these 2 areas were flooded, and that's why they have flooded tokens. By pushing this, I do this, well, that floods, so I would get another flood token. This is the wind tile room, so this is now flooded. And then I get to choose one of these 2 to go down. So then I would say the sun, this would become unflooded. And then I would be able to gain access into here. I would then also then put, 10 wound tokens. I just have 5 for right now, but 10 wound tokens on here. At the end of every character's turn, you tick 1 down. Once the last one has been removed, flip that back over. Anything with the wind tile on it goes away. And then you have to flip either one of these face up. You're basically transferring the water from room to room because the sun crest, and that's why I'm telling you, that's why the sun and the moon need to stay together as opposed to the wind and the air, because if you know that the sun and the moon are together, you know which one is which. You could then flip this face up. Oh, there's the sun, and then that room is flooded. The other thing about this map is that it's 2 floors. This is going to be a pain in the butt to move things around, I'm telling you right now. So anything that affects one floor will affect the other as well. So if you have the second level already exposed, pay attention to those exploration cards because those rooms that are named by the crests as well will be flooded and unflooded as you hit these switches. Let's move you back over here. Ultimately, your goal is to make your way to the exit tile, which is, of course, past a bunch of areas that are flooded. You want to get to the master switch in order to be able to have somebody just constantly push and flip and turn whatever card they want. So this way, the other character can make its way through. This is a very tough one to do on solo because, again, once you flip one of these 2 face up, these will never get the tokens on them, by the way, the wound tokens. You'll only ever have wound tokens on these 2. The hardest part is that once it's flipped face up, you only have 10 turns before it flips itself face down, and then you got to figure out which one of these 2 you can flip back the other way. Now, ideally, if you flip one and then flip the other, and then these 2 obviously would be face down, you don't have to do it in any particular order. Like if I flip this to flip the sun, once all the tiles, once all of the wounds go away from that and this flips down, I could flip back over the moon one here and send those rooms into a flooded state. So it's an interesting puzzle. I get it. I understand why it's there, especially for this point of the game, if you're following the video game. But man, it's going to be super confusing and super annoying to deal with. But ideally, that's the water puzzle, and we just got to get to the exit space with both of our characters, and we can move on to the next one, which is going to be a lot more fun and a lot more fast-paced. You know what? While we're over here, let's just go ahead and chat with who is going with us. So Rebecca and Barry have now gone back into the mansion. They have done what they needed to do in the guardhouse. They decided they don't want to do anything else. Chris has gone down to the Aqua ring, and we'll just say, ideally, he found Richard along the way because, that's what happened in the game. I think that's fun. We know that Chris is his standard self with his headshot. If he does 2 or more damage on a turn, he gains the headshot ability. That's why I gave him the grenade launcher, actually, because again, as I mentioned in the last one, the grenade launcher itself doesn't have the headshot capability added to it, which is really silly to me for some reason. And when I roll the red dice, only one of the sides does a single damage. Everything else does 2. So in Chris's hands, the grenade launcher takes off heads left and right, plus the flamethrower, because Chris needs his flamethrower. Otherwise that, he also has Survivor. If he uses a defensive item, he can roll the black dice. If it's a 4, 5, or 6, it returns to his inventory. Very nice. Richard Aiken is brand new to our team. Now, he would start with a grenade, a handgun, and a first aid spray. We do not start with that. You do not gain the starting items for a character you find within the game, unfortunately, because I would love to have had that grenade, give that to Chris, but that's okay. I gave him a bunch of other stuff anyway. Dodge of 2, same stats as Chris, actually. Dodge of 2, inventory of 6, 4 kerosene, which we have over here, full health. We have Watch Out. If another character on the same tile as Richard suffers damage, Richard can suffer the damage instead. So he takes the damage for him. He's a tank right now. He's the paladin, I guess. I don't know, something along that ways. The brightest star. It should be stars, but that's okay. I get where they're going with that pun. If Richard becomes unconscious, roll the blue dice. If an evade symbol is rolled, that's a 50% chance, by the way, any evade, place him in an adjacent square and set his health track marker to danger so he does not die. He gets out of a death by kind of rolling away or whatever. That doesn't happen in the game, as we know, but hey, it is what it is. What do we got right here for Richard? I gave him a handgun and I gave him a shotgun with some shotgun shells. I got plenty of handgun bullets in the, item box should I need it. I also gave him a lighter so he can light bodies on fire, whereas Chris will just burn them with the flamethrower. 3 shotgun shells, which is why I gave him the additional reload for that. 15 handgun bullets, 6 grenades, 7 flamethrower rounds. Remember, I could spend a token here to increase that by 3, but I'm going to hold off for that for right now. Chris will be our starting player. The last thing I want to talk about before we start speaking strategy and everything is this spot right here. In the book, and I'm showing it right here, there's an arrow pointing down from the number 3 door. Once you look at, if you have this game and you haven't done this yet, or maybe you didn't even notice, go check out your number 3 exploration card for the Aqua ring, and you'll see an arrow pointing down as well. I go on to BGG, and I'm finding people saying, does this mean it should be a one-way door? The general consensus among the fans is, yes, that is a typo. There should have been a one-way door there, and it makes sense by the way it works on the map. There is a thread, and again, I'm showing it to you guys so you all can see it. Sherwin, the designer of the game, physically said, no, it is not a one-way door. It's not supposed to be a one-way door. What? Excuse me? What are you talking about? Like, it makes more sense for this to be a one-way door, because if it wasn't, you would really have no reason to go, you'd actually have no reason to go down through this door, to be honest with you, ever. But it's just, I'm running it as a one-way door. I'm running this as a one-way door, so I would need to be on the other side of that door in order to unlock it, in order to go through it, and then go from there. It kind of gives me a better sense of where I want to go. So then I have to kind of figure out the puzzle in a way in order to open up these 2 spots, which means our main goal right now is to get to this door to open it up, and probably somebody over here as well to just kind of open or start pushing switches. Ideally, clear out enemies, hit the switches, get to the 2nd floor, go from there is my goal. We got little sharkies all around us, all over the place. Let's start this up. All right, so I'll have Chris start up first. We're going to go 1, 2, 3 and open the door for 4. I try to use mostly the doors that have like the porthole on it and everything, being in the Aqua ring, but you know, you run out of doors eventually going that way. So that is the end of Chris's turn. Nice and easy. Over to, now if I have any cards that I pull from the tension deck that require me to put wound tokens on them, normally I would have them over here, but because of the way that the puzzle is set up, it's going to be off screen. I will talk about, talk my way through it as I remove stuff and if something should happen, but just to let you know, but for right now, we are all clear. I'm also having some problems with that camera, so I apologize if you see any random flickering. The water is messing with all the electronics. Richard, let's go 1. Let's open this for 2. I really don't need anything from this room at all. There is a typewriter in here if I need to get it, but I'm doing this just as like it if I need to use that typewriter really fast, I won't have to waste an action opening the door. Plus, I don't want Richard walking into that room yet. So 1, open for 2, 3, 4, and I can always pull something there later. Plus, if I really want that A item, I can grab it if I need to. Another all clear. I don't like getting all clears this early. Just give me crazy stuff, please. Because if you notice, there are no starting enemies at all on this board. Yes, these guys are kind of swimming around. But, you know, that's the Aqua ring for it. That's what they do. He swims over here, see if there's anybody. 1, and we do a double pull. So let's see what our first enemies could be. All right. There's a lot of enemy pulls in this for sure. 2 zombies, fantastic. And spawn a zombie, search the encounter deck tile for a Cerberus card and show. Oh, cool, I don't even have to do that. So 3 zombies pop ourselves into this room. All right, 1, 2, and 3. What's really good about this is these 2 zombies that are on this spot right here are technically 1 space away from Chris because this is all 1 room. Diagonals do count. So action number 2, let's light them up, shall we? Flamethrower down to 6 shots, and Chris blows them away in 1 because it hits the entire square for 1 damage. Burnination in a room of water. Both of those guys are gone and out of it. Shkaboom. This guy then moves himself closer. And why don't we go ahead and just do 1 more flame attack on that zombie right there. Flame ammo down to 5, and there we are. Boom. 1 more zombie toasted and roasted and off the map. A little bit of an overflow here from that, and boom, there you go. Okay, so we moved in for 1. He attacked twice. Yeah, we'll just move 1 up right here, and that will be the end of Chris's turn. To actually try to utilize this so I know who is who. So Richard will go next, but first I got to draw a tension card for Chris. Another all clear. All right, Richard. Richard is going to go ahead and open up this door down here because I know I need to get there. So 1, 2, 3. He's going to turn and open this door for 4. So, man, these portal doors are very odd. Okay, perfect. So that's good. Richard will go into that room. Or should I just have Chris jump into this room? Because it's his turn. He has the flamethrower and the grenade launcher. And if Richard can, he can jump in to help as well. Maybe I'll do that. But let's first just end Richard's turn. Doing so means we draw from the tension card. Another all clear. I don't have Barry to put them back, guys. Just remember that, please. Yeah, it's a triple. We got to get this thing out of here. 1, leapfrog over for 2, and we have a triple enemy pull. Oh, God, what are we going to get? Oh, this is going to be terrible. We're going to have so many things that we're going to be pulling through this. 2 corpses spawn in. Good thing Richard's there because he can burn them. After resolving all spawn entries on this card, we place the closest corpse with a crimson head. Oh, no. That's right next to Chris. And then 2 snakes. Okay, 2. Oh, boy. Oh, no, oh, no. Oh, here we go. Oh, geez. Okay, so we know that there's a corpse there and a corpse here. Let's do the snakes first because they did say after everything was already done. So snakes there, snakes here, and then the closest one to Chris, I'm going to say it's this one right here because I want to, is now a crimson head. Holy jeez. Oh, where'd you come from? Okay, so I did 1, 2. I have 2 actions left. Let's go ahead and so both the grenade launcher and the flamethrower have spread damage. Let's go ahead and just blast them. I know that whatever I hit here, the snakes are going to move onto Chris, but they won't attack until their turn, and hopefully I can evade them. All right, it works out better if we just fire a grenade launcher into the spot. Again, and it doesn't matter. We can decapitate them anyway. Double shot is 3 damage. Sweet, 3 damage and spread. That kills the zombie on there. The snake moves into Chris's spot, and I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to flamethrower for Chris's last turn, the snake right on me, just to hopefully get rid of it. Yeah, there we go. All right, good. So, yes, it's another flamethrower round used, but again, get rid of the enemies or else they're just going to be causing a lot of problems. Okay, so we know that the grenade launcher fired off in here, boom, 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 flying that away. Would have been a decapitation if that was a zombie, but it's a crimson head, which only has 2 health, so that is dead. This is dead. The snake has moved up to here. Chris is then turned around and then flamethrowered it right at its feet. Die, snakes, die, 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 die. Saw that kill count episode. That was hysterical. And that is that. So Chris has cleared out the room for Richard. Thanks, Chris. Thanks. Richard! Let's see how many times I can say that through here. Chris gets in all clear. Fantastic. Great. Oop. Go ahead, Richard. All right, Richard is going to go 1, 2, turn here. He's going to use his one of his lighter kerosene container things and his lighter in order to ignite this corpse right here. So that is gone. And that was 3 and 4 in front of this door. So he will open up this door on his next turn. Teamwork makes the dream work. I won't get that again. Oh boy. Place this card next to the tension deck with 3 wounds tokens on it. Each time an enemy is killed or corpse is removed, this is overrun. Using oh man, of course. If the scenario ends with this card in play, increase the man's danger level by 2. Oh, then remove this. Oh no. How much is this? This is spawn, killed, removed, 3. I wish you just came a little sooner. I'll definitely have 3 enemies that I'm going to kill by the end of this. But man, I would have been able just to complete that right now. All right, Chris, let's go. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to open this door for 4. We'll walk in at the beginning of his next turn and try to keep... What you looking at, Sharky? All right, good enough. You stay there. Clear out the roots, clear out the enemies, make a beeline for where we got to go. This is Chris's card. Oh my goodness, all clears. Then you know what? I'm going to want to run to the end. I'm just going to get all the worst cards possible. Richard gets to open up this, pop that open, and as he spins around in a weird frenzy from that door, we can move on through and explore exploration card number 1. All right, and we have found our next crest, the Star Crest. Now again, there's only 2 crests in this game. The Star Crest, or not this game, this scenario. The Star Crest and the Wing Crest. We know where the Wing Crest is, and now we know where the Star Crest is, and by flipping those and kind of working together to try to go as fast as we can, we should be able to get through those flooded rooms before they reflood, hopefully, question mark, I hope. But as you can also see, we have a triple draw, a double draw, and then that other spot in the middle of that room is an elevator that will bring us up to a new area. Again, our first instance of another floor, another map of sorts. So once we get up and around and here, we can then use this to go, I think we're technically going down to the bottom level or basement 2, but whatever, it just connects from one to another. To move from here to that map counts as a space, so you just don't land on it and you're automatically there. You would then need to take a movement to go to wherever that other place is. I am pretty sure enemies cannot walk on these elevator spots. Like, if I am here, I am safe from an enemy, but that's definitely not for very long. They also can't follow me between floors, so keep that in mind. So if anything comes up on this floor that can like run around and break through doors, then that's it. Nothing else happens. Kind of one of those things where it's like a floor is only active if there's players on it. But regardless of anything, we've walked into here. It's a dead-end room. All it has is the Suncrest on it, but we do need to pull 1 from the encounter deck. Always throwing in some new things to the game for sure. Oh, web spinners in here. Oh no. Oh, that's bad. Oh, that's wonderful. I really wanted to just kind of hit the button and run away at this point, because I walked in for 1. I would need to come here for 2, push for 3, and then over here for 4. The web spinner definitely has a range on me and it can hit me. I need to just kill that thing now. So I have 3 turds left. The shotgun it. Fire, Richard. Richard has 3 shots to do with 3 damage. So hopefully he'll be able to do this. Shotgun blast number 1 does 2 damage. All right, that's really good at least. So 1 more damage. Shotgun blast number 2. Oh goodness, he kills it with an overkill. Oh boy. All right, so we fired off, try and he just explodes, legs and everything flying away. Yes, a Spiderlings card technically would go on this, or like the Spiderlings ability, which is place 3 wound tokens on this card at the end of each character's turn. Discard a wound token from this card. When the final wound token is discarded, go away. If a character is on this tile at the start of their tension phase, they must draw an additional tension card, which really stinks. Because I would love to be on this. We'll just put the Spiderlings here for right now. 1, 2, 3. I have 1 turn left, so I'm actually just going to go whoosh back here. And now I'm not there, so I don't have to draw another card. 1 Spiderling gone. I've taken 1 off of the Overrun card as well, so that's 1 less we got to deal with. And we only need to draw 1 tension. Sure, why not being all clear? Whatever you say, Richard. The moving of this map is going to be annoying. I can tell already. All right, Chris, maybe you can hit the button this time. Ready? 1, draw 2 enemies. Maybe it's fine to get the bad enemies out of the way now, too. Crows, fine. They can just stay in here. Oh, it's Lisa. Oh, no. Lisa Trevor is here. Spawn Lisa Trevor, remove any wounds from her card. Oh, no. She's not in play. Oh, how did she get here? Oh, no. Crows are going to be right here. And Lisa's right there in front of Chris. Oh, no. Oh, I'm going to have to use... Oh, what do you... You have 3 health on you. That was turn 1. Oh, no. Okay, I need to kill Lisa. Lisa's the main thing. So I could fire my grenade launcher at her, but I really don't want to waste all of that. So I'm going to spend a second action to move 1 closer to at least be here. And then we're going to just try to light her on fire and chase her away. God, I have 2 rolls to do 3 damage. Come on. Oh, good. Oh, that one rolled to a second one right there. Okay, so that's 1. Oh, come on. Come on, Chris. Come on, come on, come on. Yes. Yes, that's 3 exactly. Now, the other thing that happened is that the crows are on my spot. All right, so Chris was able to fight back Lisa using the flamethrower, flaring her up and everything. She runs away to come back another day. But then the crows have basically come onto Chris's spot because they are drawn to noise, and they do have a 0 attack right now on them, so they are going to attack. So let's just see if Chris gets a dodge. He does not get a dodge, and the crows hit him just as his turn ends. Fantastic. Chris takes a hit from the crows. We do pull 1 more from Overrun out. I do pull another Spiderling off because it is the end of Chris's turn. Tension phase. No, it is not all clear, but that's a bad thing for the crows because technically everybody is linked, and I don't think I've been moving other characters. Well, no one has been around to do anything else, so it should be fine. All right, so I think the way that this works is that he can go 1, 2, and then 3, he's gonna hit this button right here and then trigger the Suncrest. Shouldn't be the Suncrest, should be the Starcrest. Hold on 1 second, hold on. I actually just realized right here, this is supposed to be the Starcrest, not the Suncrest, so I apologize for that. If I confused anybody, I apologize greatly. It's supposed to be the Starcrest. It's the Starcrest right here, not the Suncrest. Now then, I'm pretty sure this is the way that works, because at the end of his turn, this goes away, and then the card is gone, so I don't have to worry about anything with the Spiderlings. I'm actually just going to toss that right now. The Spiderlings are dumb. I don't like it anyway. 1, 2, and we're going to push the Starcrest for 3. So what that means then is we're going to flip this over, putting water into the star tile room, and we're going to flip the sun one down, draining that room. So that means this goes over here. So now this room is flooded, and this door immediately closes, which didn't really matter. That opened it anyway, because of the fact that this is all flooded now because of the Starcrest. All right, so then put that there. We'll put this here. And then Richard does have 1 more turn. He's going to just move up 1 off of the Starcrest and try to make his way around. That's going to be the end of his turn. Enemies do react, so the crows are going to hit Chris. Well, attempt to. Let's hope that they miss as I knock Chris over as he avoids the birds. That's good, good, good. No more damage for Chris. That's good. Hindsight giving him that first aid spray, let me tell you. Wow. Look at this. Look at that. That's terrible. That's not good. It's not good because I want all clears at the end of the game when I just want to run away. Oh boy. All right. Officially the end of his turn. Now Chris goes. Why don't we just stay over here anyway? Because I'm going to do the same thing. He's going to push the button, boop, to do this and do this. Now both of those rooms have been drained. And then we have 5, 10 as, my God, there's so many of these tokens that I'm going to be using. Okay, so he just used an action in order to do that. This again means that this flooding is no longer happening, and it is flooded here, which closes this, which unfortunately, now that I think about it, is not what I want to do. So we're going to back that up a little bit. Yeah, we're going to back that up. This is going to be hitting a go back button or whatever. So let's just flip this back over. We're not ready to do this yet. We got to get Richard out of there first. So the moon is there. Chris is still on the same spot. Okay, so action number 1, he's going to ignite the crows. Just to get them out of here because he needs to stand there and do some stuff. There you go. There's an attack. Fantastic. The crows are barbecue chicken. Goodbye. All right, so that does bring the flamethrower down to 1 right there. Okay, so action number 2, and I believe I have to do 2 and 3. So that's 2 actions right here to bring this up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So now my flamethrower is at 7 of 10. That's good right there. Do I just refill it all and call it a day? No, I think that's going to be it. So now Chris is ending his turn right there. No more. One of these gets removed because it will be the end of his game. Overrun gets the last one of these removed. So that's now up top. And oh no, all clear. Yeah, the crazy flipping around that happened, whatever happened to my camera, knows exactly that bad things are on their way. God, I wish I didn't do that. Oh, I don't know what's making it do that jump. It only just started like today, of course. This is still open. Little pup shark right here just hanging out. Okay, now it is Richard's turn. This is not flooded because that is still flooded because of my retcon and just refiguring out my puzzle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Now Chris can come around and we can both kind of get out of here. Let's go ahead and remove one of these. Let's go ahead and draw this for, okay, cool, Chris. Again, we're right here. Now we get to go ahead and do this. Flip, flop, 5, and 5. Okay, that's 1 for Chris. And now this moves here. Boom, shut. So now I can't get to the Star Crest right now until this goes back to being flooded, but ideally I can just kind of run away. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. End of Chris's turn, and at least Richard can come down in here, start opening up these doors and getting him out of, getting everyone out of here. The idea is just to get out as fast as possible. Even if I leave enemies here, I don't care because they'll just die once this gets flooded. All right, so that was Chris's turn, ending right there. Supply cache, very nice. Place this card next to the attention deck with 5 wound tokens on it. Each time a character is killed, blah, 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 blah. Discard. Once the final token is discarded, each character gets an item from the A deck. So I got 5 tokens on that. Wonder if that would count with the room getting flooded should an enemy go into it, because I got 1 pull for each one of those rooms. Richard, let's just start checking this out. All right, action number 1, right, open the door. Action number 2, let's go on in. It was also the end of Chris's turn, so I do have to remove 1 here and 1 there. Yeah. Snakes. Single thing of snakes in that room. And they will go right there. Get rid of that. That's fine. Open for 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's going to be the end of his turn. Snakes move on in. He's the closest, that's why. So 1, 1. Tension for Richard. Vibrant Blood. Place this card next to Tension Tech with 6 wound tokens on it. While those cards in play, always use this symbol. Oh, no. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, boy. This one I may need to actually just keep up here or else I'm going to forget. So I'll put that here. All right, so we'll just put the 6 tension tokens on this. Each time an enemy is killed, discard. It's not burned, so I just have to like kill enemies in order to get rid of that. Man, I should have just used Richard's turn in order to shoot his handgun at these things in order to kill them, but I'm getting scared because I don't want all of this to go, because now I have to get another one from here and one from here, and I got to get both of these characters out of this area. I don't even know if I accidentally just pulled one from those already. Did I make the timer go faster? I don't even know. 1, 2, 3, and I'm just going to go ahead and flamethrower. We'll do that kind of up here just to kind of get it out of the way. Oh, yeah, and then the other one is way over here. So, watch out, Richard, watch your feeding. Hot foot. There you go. All right, so that gets rid of that and also removes one from the virulent blood, whatever. All right, so a lot of token removal. Man, look at all these tokens. 1, 2, and a 3. Yeah, now we got to get going, because now you see I have 3 turns left in order to get out of this area. And 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so I got 6 turns there. Chris's attention. No escape. Open the closest non-locked door. Oh, sweet. That's, what does it say? Enemies in the 2 tiles connected. No enemies there. Fantastic. I love it. Boom, Richard, your door is open, which is awesome. No escape actually helped me because it knocked this one open for me. That is awesome. Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with enemies. It's just poop right open. So great. 1, draw, Just spawn a corpse. Please, please just spawn a corpse. Crows. All right, fine. I can deal with crows. That's easy. Because crows only move if they see somebody in line of sight or anything along that way. So it was 1, 2, 3. Ah, man, I should just go through this door anyway. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Oh my God, jump 4. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. This is going to be crazy. I take it back. Richard's going to use his handgun. He's going to try to blow apart the crows. 3 bullets. And whoa, boom, 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 right there. Okay, perfect. That's much better than me pulling 3 enemies at the end of Richard's turn. Okay, so instead of leaving this room, he turns and goes, boom, 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 fires away at the crows, and they are gone, which is great because that removes a token from the supply cache and from the virulent blood. It's also the end of Richard's turn, so it's getting close. Now, I just need to get Chris off of the tile and I can flip the sun one. So really, I have this many turns to get him off of the moon tile. Because again, you don't have to flip the ones that are like conjunction, the ones like I flip this and then I think I flip the sun, or I flip this one and then the sun. If this one, I don't remember, whatever. I'm in a lot better shape than you think I am. So Richard, oh, clear, sure. Chris, I'm keeping that door open because I did open it already. Because remember, this was open for free. 1, 2, open for 3, shoot for 4 on Richard's turn. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it right there. I'm not going to use Chris's last turn right here. I would like the 2 of them to go through together and then work their way down this way, like down this hallway and around over here. I have to move this map again, but that's okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, no. What are you doing back here? Oh, spawn Lisa in the closest one next to the active character. Wow, Lisa, oh, are you kidding? She's, wow, I can't keep a good Lisa down. Can't believe it, she's back. Oh my God, she's back. Holy jeez, she's back again. I didn't even get into the next area. Yeah, see, this is where things are going to start getting really bad. I'm glad that my characters are together. I really am. I have 3 shotgun shells. I have a lot of ammunition, but like, oh, goodness gracious. And she's going to do her 2-hit attack too. All right, so I do have a little bit of time in order to figure out what I got to do here. So I think what I'm going to do is, it's Richard's turn, because that was the tension card from Chris. Fantastic. Action number 1, shotgun shells. We're going to go ahead and use those. I'll put those back in the A deck afterwards. We'll put this back up to 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, it only goes to 6. I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought the shotgun went to 7. I'm not doing that yet. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 2 shots, boom, boom, and see if Richard can knock Lisa out and send her away. All right, so 2 actions from Richard to try to shoot Lisa. That's 2 damage on her, so that's good. Next action for 2 more shotgun shells. Okay. Action number 3. Come on, come on, come on. Okay, so that was an extra action needed. All right. Oh boy, all right, bang, 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 firing at her finally until she again says, I'll be back again. And you just, man, what is the matter with her? I don't know, but she is one ugly piece of work, let me tell you. Oh boy, all right, at least that's going down as well. Last action for Richard. Now he will use his shotgun shells. Those are not going back in here, so the supply cache isn't going to be able to pull them, but at least I'm at 0, but now I am back up to 4 for the shotgun. And we still have quite a ways to go. All clear now. Great. Chris is going to walk in and have to immediately draw 3. Okay, here we go. What's going to be in this? All right, 1, 2, 3. First one. Ignore the effects of any other encounter card. Oh, do I have a safe hallway now? I wish I had drawn this later, but place card next to encounter and shuffle them back into the encounter deck. Okay, so honestly, I'm not going to draw the other 3 because that's it. They would have just been shuffled back in anyway, and this is a safe hallway, I guess. Okay, that's fun. This is a safe hallway, so I'm going to put a little star token right here just to show that's a safe space. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's fine. So now we can actually make our way out and get out of here. So I do just want to point out as well, at the end of Richard's turn, each one of these would have come off. Now it's the end of Chris's turn. This comes off and one of these comes off. Because this came off on the star, this is going to flip and then I get to choose either the sun or the moon to flip back over, and I choose the sun because none of my characters are there. So then this flooded token goes all the way over here, and then boom, boom, the shutters slam shut, and that would be that. God, so much to keep track of. Holy jeez. Deadly Rasp, what are you doing? Draw an encounter card. I don't need to draw an additional encounter card, so this is for Chris. Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm in a safe area. It was a safe area. Oh, what was this that I drew? After resolving all spawn entries, replace the closest corpse with a zombie. Oh, that would have been great. I have to shuffle these because I looked at it. Dang it. All right, I shuffled it. Now, just to remind everyone out there who's watching this, I count this as being triggered regardless of anything because it would have enabled me to pull from here, but because I'm in a safe room, I didn't, so it just kind of bounced off of each other. But there is that rule where if you draw a tension card and you cannot do anything with it, you're supposed to draw 2 more. Same thing for the encounter cards, except you only draw 1. I don't follow those rules. I think those rules are, I love this game. I love this game. I love Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, the board game. I think they're amazing. I hate that rule. I think it's the stupidest rule ever. If you want to play a harder game, by all means, it's up to you. You can do it. But if I do my due diligence, and I say this in every episode, so I like to repeat it, if I do my due diligence to get rid of the enemies on the board, then I don't want to be punished for it. I want to be like, oh, nothing happened, cool, I can move on. And that's really all it means to me. So that's why that's that. All right, Richard, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot to put a door down on that bottom spot. Richard, treacherous footing. Place. Okay, well, now I only get 3 actions for the rest of the game on this spot. But hey, I don't think I'm ever going to be in that hallway again anyway. Hey. It's safe, but I only get to make 3 actions. Fantastic. So that means with Chris, he's going to go 1, 2, 3 right there. All right. Whoosh. From the depths. Okay, this is the new one. All right, before I do that, I'm taking this off, and then it's Chris's end turn. So this comes off. This flips over, so everything is back to the way it was. The moon room is now flooded, and those doors are closed behind us, and everything else is the way it is. Now then, from the depth, this is one of the 3 new cards that we've shuffled. This is 3 of this in there. Basically, shock attacks. A loud crash from below, and the ground shudders violently. Oh, beastly roar underneath. Oh boy. Each character on the active character's tile makes an evade roll, a low evade. Each character that fails suffers 1 damage and is pushed. It's our turn now. Oh, we're gonna come and see if we're gonna eat you. So this is for Chris. All right, perfect. Evade. Miss, and then Richard, who's right there on the corner, back to the guy. Oh no! Richard! So he gets bitten, and he takes I took a bite out of stars. Oh jeez, and that's just gonna get. I don't think that's gonna get worse, but it's just gonna be a thing. Ouch, Richard! Ouch! Hi. Speaking of which, Richard's turn. He did get pushed, so that kind of helps us. Because now Richard can go 1, 2, and open for 3, and that's going to be the end of that. Now, as soon as Chris walks in here, I do have a double pull as well. There is an item that I have to figure out that I want to, if I want or not. But at the very least, I could go 1, 2, 3, and stand on top of here and just be somewhat safe. And then in my next turn, move Richard onto the same spot, and then get them both to the next level. I mean, if an enemy has a range attack, they're still going to hit them, but you never know. Oh, God, from the depths again? Oh, jeez. I'm hungry. Time to eat. All right, so first is Richard. Richard makes his evade, and next is Chris. Chris also makes his evade because you just need the little one. Oh, you sharkies. All right, in any event, Chris, 1. Draw 2. Okay, here we go. First draw is Cerberus. Second draw is snakes, regular snakes. Was I supposed to? No, I did spawn. How many snakes did I spawn last time? No, I did spawn 2 snakes in that one. I got confused. So 1 Cerberus and 1 snake in that room. All right, so Cerberus there, snake here. Now again, I'm 99.9% sure they do not or cannot stand on the same spot as Chris right here. So I can just do 2 and 3. The problem though is that I believe they both have their long range. So maybe I don't do that. Maybe I stay right here. Oh man. Problem now is what do I need them to do? I'm just going to back up one. I know that's going to be kind of a waste at the same time, but I back. So it's open, or no, it was one in, I'm not close to anything, and I don't want to use a grenade round. That's a waste. So yeah, we're just going to leave it like that. We're going to stand right here. Maybe I'll use a stun gun, actually. Maybe I'll just go right here, and then I'll end my turn, because then that would say 1, 2, and then the dog would actually move onto me right here. And then Richard has a chance of attacking, because enemy reactions are only move actions. They're not, actual attack actions. And we can possibly get rid of that and do all kinds of other stuff along that way. So this is Chris's turn. Cornered, locate the closest active character. Where there are enemies, no characters, remove the character and move the thing. That's okay. Everyone's in the same spot. That is fine. That's exactly what I was talking about last turn in terms of not worrying about, being punished and having to draw more cards because there's nothing else to do here. So I got plenty of things to worry about at this point, including it being Richard's turn and him just, might as well just unload, right? Let's take the handgun and see if we can kill the dog. All right, so we just need one good hit to kill the dog. And all right, so, I mean, we push it twice. Do I really care about pushing it? Because it's just going to jump on the Chris's spot anyway. All right, so we'll do that. We'll push it twice. So it's gone back to, the snake has moved into 1. The snake, again, will not going to attack. So we're just going to do an attack again. I'm going to do an attack on the snake. And that's a complete miss right there. Well, no, it's not a complete miss. Technically, I would have pushed the snake, but I don't think I have to push. So I'm going to choose not to push. That's going to move the dog onto the same spot as Chris. And then for Richard's third and final action, we'll take a shotgun shell. And it took a lot of ammunition, but there we go. That's how that worked. Okay, cool. Wow. All right, just to play this out. Firing handgun, boom, 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 boom. It knocked this guy backwards. It pushed the snake up. He then decided to fire at the snake. He fired at it, but we can just say that it missed, even though one of them was technically a push, but pushing it back didn't really make any sense, so I didn't really push it anywhere. 1, 2, in with the dog, and then the shotgun comes in order to spread damage and kill them all. Again, I think that's how that works. I'm sure you guys will let me know down in the comment section below. I will look it up at some point or whatever, but you know, I didn't want to push the snake. I chose not to push the snake because I'd rather it be like this. And of course, I'm just using all my armaments anyway. But that also means I've taken 2 more off of this. So I just need to kill 1 guy. And finally, supply cache has been finished. So that's technically out of the game. Overrun is also technically out of the game because I removed them from the deck. Any of the ones that require, tokens in order to figure out because they're from the director's cut. We did supply cache. So now these guys get to take something from the A deck. So it's Richard's turn. So Richard's going to take the top A item, which is a kerosene container. I say him doing that, he'll be able to gain 1 kerosene token. And if Chris finds a kerosene container, he only gains 1 as well. Chris finds handgun bullets. Actually, he can give those to Richard at some point and reload because Richard's going to need something. Let me reshuffle this kerosene token back in here. Actually, no, I take that back. I did shuffle it anyway, but I forgot because this was technically pulled from the A deck, so it doesn't go back until the end of the round. So, okay, that's the end of Richard's turn. Richard can't do anything else because he's in a spot with only 3 actions in it. Yeah, now it's all clear. Sure, why not? All right, Chris, here we go. 1, 2, and riding this to get to exploration card number 2. Bye, Sharkies, for now. The next 2 exploration cards do not add nearly as many rooms as this one does. My goodness, look at all of that yellow. At least they're only single pulls, no triple pulls, though we had to have 1 double. But as you can see down in like the kind of bottom middle, there's that 1. That's where Chris came up from. I need to get Richard probably or somebody to that other elevator up there where is number 3, because that's going to put us on the other end of that one-way door, and that's going to help out a lot because we got to get through the sun and that moon tile room in order to be able to get out of here through that number 4 exploration. All right, so Chris has come up here. He has 1, 2, 3. No. This was 1. This was action number 1. Yeah, okay, cool. So action number 1 moved him here. I still have 3 more actions, but I do have 1 pull to do. And that happens to be, in this one room, spawn a zombie. All right, 1 zombie I can handle. You're my sacrifice, because I need to kill you in order to be able to get rid of that other card. So that was 1 going on. 2, we're going to turn here, and we will flamethrower him. Fire away, Chris. There it is. Good. Another successful roast for Chris, which is, again, good enough in order to burn that away. And goodbye, zombie, for good. There's an A. I missed an A item. Hold on. Let me look. Wait. Right here. There was an A item that's supposed to be right there, which is good. Maybe I can find a kerosene container for Chris, and that would be fantastic. So right there, and that's going to end his turn. I need to keep, it's Chris's turn, remember, I need to keep that, you're out of here too, the card, the exploration card close, because it actually tells me, as you saw, what rooms are what one of these, so I know what's flooded and what's not. You probably saw the 2 flooded tokens on already that represent that, so I got to get rid of those and move things around in order to find things. All clear. I also am really considering just reshuffling, like getting to a typewriter, using my 1 ink ribbon to at least get all of these all clears back in here and work from that. At least that's the idea. It's going to be Richard's turn. Richard has 3 actions, so he's going to just move from where he is to the elevator. He can't move up it yet because he doesn't have enough space to do that. So, Bee Swarm. All right, this is for Richard. The active character moves 2 away from their current square. This movement ignores restrictions. If the character is not moved to a different tile, they must pass 2 of those evade rolls. The character suffers once for each one's roll. Oh, okay. Well, he's not going to be able to do it. I moved him to the A item, so I can pick that up on Richard's next turn, and I'm avoiding moving the map all over the place. So he's on the A item. He was in the center. He moved 1, 2 to the A item, and now the bees are going to attack. That's 1 dodge. Good. So he's avoided that damage. 2. Oh, good job. Beekeeper Richard. Fantastic. Chris's turn once again. Open for 1. And enter for 2. And drawing 2. Now, there's no wall here. I only put the walls in if they tell me to on the card. Ignore these because, you have to flip things around and do weird shapes for stuff and everything. So, no wall here. It's just big open area. This is an archway, though, right here. So just keep that in mind as well. Draw number, get back here, Beast Swarm. Number 1. After resolving all spawn entries on the cards, replace the closest corpse with a zombie. Don't be corpses. Don't be corpses. Place a yellow unexplored tile on this thing. Great. All right, well, no corpses, but Richard's going to have to pull one of these when he gets on there. All right, whatever. We'll just put that up there. Open for 1, 2, 3, 4. Make my way this way. And then just a lot. God, I have a lot that I'm going to have to start pulling. All right, so we know that was Chris's turn. Reanimate. Locate the closest corpse to the active character. Remove the corpse and spawn a zombie. I've killed everything, so hooray, hurrah, all that in between. Again, not pulling 2. I don't do that because that's silly. I've killed everything. I've made sure it was all dead. So, and gone, for a sense. So that is that. Richard. Action number 1, he's drawing for the A item that he's standing on top of, which is a kerosene container, and he is not going to need that whatsoever because he is at full. Action number 2 and 3 moves him to the elevator space. Action number 4 sends him up here with Chris. Hooray, hurrah. They're finally on the same level together. I think I'm going to have Chris go here and then Richard make his way that way because Chris is going to be able to get up to here faster and hopefully down in order to start kind of clearing out some of the flooded areas for Richard. All right, attention card for Richard. All clear. Over to Chris. 1, 2. Drawing 1. Oh, man. Come here. Draw 1. All right. What is it? What is it? Spawn a corpse at the end of the active character's tension phase. Replace each corpse on this tile with a zombie. All right. Well, that's going to be a zombie. Ugh. All right. So we'll put that there. We know that's going to be a zombie, but Chris is going to go 3, 4 and just stand up here. And that's going to be the end of that. That's a locked door because all this is flooded. Tension, all clear. But now, this guy has stood up and become a zombie. Fun. All right, Richard. You are up. there's a wall here, so I have to go 1, 2, 3. Oh boy, here we go. Pulling an encounter card for this because this had to go on because of a previous encounter card. Okay, now what? After resolving all spawn entry cards, each enemy on this tile and linked to tile performs a reaction. Oh great, so the zombie is going to actually move twice this time. So he'll go right up in there. That's fine, or she. I think that's my female zombie model. You'll move one more time, and then, I mean, Chris is closer, so she'll just go like that. And that'll be the end of Richard's turn. Let's go ahead and flip you. Unfolding events. Draw a narration card, then remove this card from the deck for the scenario. Sure, let's break this up a little bit. I was sifting through these, and there's a few fun ones that are in here that I really hope that we pull, because I'd like to kind of like do some other random, oh my goodness, there we go, things. There you go, that's how you shuffle it. 52 card pickup style, right? Actually, you got thrown from the deck, so let's see what you are. This is something that I get shuffled back in, apparently. Overcoming the odds. Choose a character, replace their profile card with the advanced version. Oh, that's awesome. If each character is okay. All right. Let's see. All right, so we got 2 choices here in order to do any type of advancement. Let's just look them over here, and you guys can see them a little bit better over this side. Advanced Richard has Dependable. If Richard dies during a mission, instead of removing him from the game, shuffle this card into his survivor deck, which is great. You don't actually lose him. If Richard is in the reserve, when a mission card is drawn, draw an additional mission card and choose which card to play and shuffle. So he gives you a choice as long as he's in reserves. But that means I can't be playing as him. For Chris, it's Resourceful. When an encounter card with the star symbol on it is drawn, Chris can immediately reload a weapon to his inventory to full. Stop it. Whoa. Oh my goodness. When an encounter card with that is drawn. So anybody does it. It's not just him. It's just when an encounter with that symbol is drawn. Holy jeez. And if Chris kills an enemy with an attack, the attack inflicts 2 more damage. It gains the burst ability. So unfortunately, he loses his headshot ability with the, with the grenade launcher. But then I can kind of give him back his shotgun, and that, like, it has the headshot ability anyway, and then anything he does has burst. All right, maybe I'll do, okay. All right, it's almost a no-brainer here. Almost a no-brainer. Advanced Chris has joined our ranks. That's awesome. I'm going to put this back in. And then the mission that we got as well, which was Overcoming the Odds, has this little shuffle icon in it. So that actually gets reshuffled back into the narrative events. That was fun. That is good. Unfolding Events is done. Chris will be spending his turn heading down to, or up, I should say, back up to the other floor. So from here, we head to exploration card number 3. Which, as you can see, is just a single room. Finally, no enemy encounters. Hooray! And that's going to bring you right to that one spot. See, there's that arrow pointing down for the one-way door that would lead you into the that area with the win token and the star token. So we can go ahead and start finally finishing this puzzle and getting out of here. I really don't like moving between these levels. This is so annoying. So that was 1, 2, 3, and just for his 4th turn, he is going to crack this door open, making it the one-way. But as you can see, based on where I came from and everything like that, if this was not a one-way door, then there's really, other than that one door down over this way that has the star crest in it, there's no reason to ever go around the route that I did in order to kind of bounce back over this way to hit this in order to open up the way for everyone else. So that's the way that is. There's no enemies on this field, so even that one zombie with Brad doesn't trigger. And Advanced Chris finishes his thing. Yay! Murder of Crows. Active character makes an evasion roll. Other characters doesn't matter. There's no other one person on his tile. Let's just see if there's any problems here. There was no problems here. Chris is okay. Fantastic. Richard goes. I mean, we're still like halfway through. We still got some time left, but it just makes me nervous now because we're getting close. All right, Richard. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to have you land on that A item. You're going to end your turn right here. I'm going to have the zombie move down this way, and you probably don't pick up the item. I don't know. Maybe you'll need it. Maybe you won't. But I have to unflood this room, which is the sun tile. Of course, Chris can't do it on his next turn because he's just a little too far away. So we got that. Boom, right there. And just to make it easier, I move Chris 4 spaces. He's on top of the wind token. I can't do anything until his next turn anyway, so we'll flip that over here. Bee Swarm, great. So he moves 2, so now he's no longer on it. He is in the hallway facing outwards, but at least he doesn't have to roll anything for an evasion. And then just to do this right now, we'll take 1 action for Richard to draw an A item, which happens to be grenade rounds. Yes, okay. Action number 1, grenade rounds. Action number 2, do I just want to shotgun this zombie and get rid of him? Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. 2 shells left, but I kind of don't want to have to deal with him as I go around other places. That's enough in order to do the 1 damage on the zombie right there because we used the shotgun in order to blow it apart. That is great. I already picked this up. 3 and 4. Oh, no, I can't do anything yet until that's open, but at least I'm right here ready to go for once Chris finishes his turn. Okay, Richard, here we go. All clear. Chris moves 2 spaces, and then on his 3rd turn, activates the wind crest. So this flips over. We put 10 on that. Oh my goodness, these just take so long. Okay. And then I want to do the sun. So the sun flips down then. All right, got it. And so for Richard up here, this is the star crest area. So this just gets unflooded, and then he's going to be able to do what he's got to do. I've moved Chris then 1 more space in, so he's next to the door, so we can leave and head down to the star crest in order to unflood this one by his next turn. All right, Chris has ended his turn. He draws, all clear. Richard is going to spend 1 action to open the door, another action to walk in, and then he draws an encounter card, which is spawning a corpse. That's fine. So we'll just put the corpse right here. We have done this. I'm going to move 1 down, and then I'm going to also use one of his, kerosenes in order to light that up because Richard has the lighter on him, thankfully. And so now we can get rid of this as well, and that will end Richard's turn. Draw attention. Respite. Place this card next to the active character's tile. 6 wounds on it. Okay, so he could just... Oh, that's good. So then I have 6 turns to just kind of sit there and wait for Chris to go and hit the button. All right, good. So that means I won't really be burning through that so much. Oh, that'll be really nice. And I got to remember I have 2 that I pull off from here, so I got to get Richard out of there before anything bad happens for sure. All right, Chris, here we go. 1, 2, 3, and these are out closed because they were flooded before, so I have to open this for 4. This is flooded. These 2 are flooded, but I got to get through this door in order to get to, oh man, lights are going crazy. The water's getting everywhere in order to be able to get to the Star Crest. All right, so that's the end of Chris's turn. Flip for an all clear. We remove 1 of these. Richard is just going to move to the door so he can open it up as fast as he can, but because of respite, he didn't have to draw a tension card, so I pull that from him. It is Chris's turn once again. Chris is going to go 1, 2, 3, and open this up for 4, and then next turn he'll be able to hit this and open up the way for Richard, which is good because you got to get up there as fast as you can. Fevered Assault. During the next player's turn, increase enemy movement by 1. This card remains in play for 1 round. All right, cool. So any enemies are there. They're just doing the thing. Richard can't do anything yet. I don't even think he can reload anything, right? Nope, he has nothing to reload, nothing to do. He uses a respite token that is on his spot. Man, that came at a great time as well. For Chris, oh yeah, and then gone. Chris then now go 1, 2, and hit the star button for 3, and up here for 4. So that means this flips over, and this flips over. And I can put these here, blip, 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 blip. This is the end of Chris's turn because he moved 1 back. I'm going to not show him because he's just going to be running as fast as he can in order to get back up to Richard. End of Chris's turn for both of these. Oh, I got to draw a tension card for Chris as well. Keeper's Diary. All right, so the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to put this here. And this way I know that whenever the next investigation happens, then I have to do an encounter card. And because of the way that all this works out, this is now flooded up over here, so I don't even have to worry about that. But now I can get into this area, which is great. It is Richard's turn. We're going to go 1, 2, draw an encounter. See what he has in this little room. After resolving all spawn entry points on the card, replace the closest corpse with a zombie. Great, I burned it. 3, and open the door for 4, so this way I can kind of just run and do what I gotta do and get out of here. Ending Richard's turn, and Chris is just gonna run. I'm just gonna have Chris run as fast as he can. I'm not worried about this flipping back because Richard is really close to the master control, and that's going to make sure that Chris can get to him, and then we can actually finish this up. I'm keeping track of it off screen because there's just so much to move around with the characters in 2 different spots. So I move Chris 4 spaces up. That's going to be the end of his turn. Smash asunder, whatever. I'll just replace anything with I don't really care. Spawn a zombie in 1 of the squares. Chris is going to be out of there before that really even matters. 1 and 2. I'll keep track again of that off camera because, you know, more zombies on the field is bad. So Richard is going to go ahead and walk through the door here, doing our final exploration card number 4, opening up the final parts of Aqua Ring A. Holy jeez, we're getting to the end. Holy jeez, why do these areas have to take up so much table space? This is like an extra, like, little bit, it's ridiculous. Whatever. We moved in. We have a 1 encounter card to the exit tile right there. Finally, there it is. We just have to make sure that Chris is there, and then we can use the the master control that's down on the bottom in order to make sure that Chris has a clear path in order to get there. Oh, this took forever, but we should be able to get it. Pending those 3 draws aren't bad. Look at this. This like whole area. Oh, he fell over a wall. This whole area is just so odd. There's a door here too. I forgot. Here, whatever. I'm just using one of my other doors from the other levels. Such a weird jut out right here. I don't even know what that represents from the actual game at this point, but whatever. Richard's right here. Let's do a draw. And we get... Locate the closest tile to the active character that contains 1 or more enemies and at least 1 non-locked door. Open every non-locked door between there and that. I don't think that really matters because that goes between levels and it is what it is. So hooray. Oh, you can't get me, shark. Blah, blah, blah. 1, 2, 3, 4. And making my way to the master key right here. All right, let's draw. Flickering lights. Places card next to the active character tile. Remains in play for the scenario. If the character on this tile successfully attacks, they must re-roll. No, I'm leaving this area, so I don't really care. But that does not go on the top because this has to go next to that tile. Let's remove 1 and remove 2 right here. So now that 1 area is going to get flooded again, but that's okay. Chris, it's Chris's turn. He's just going to move 4. Which is not enough to put him on the level yet, even though the zombie moves 1. So that's his turn. He is done. Disease Claws. If you're hit by an enemy, suffer poison. At the end of each character's turn, discard a token. I'm just going to leave that to the side because that doesn't... Well, you know what? No, we'll put this right here for right now. Depending on what we pull... What's that? 4 wound tokens. All right. So depending on what we pull, this may come in play. But if there's nothing else here, then we shouldn't be a problem. So... Richard now gets into the master control room. Here we go. 1 open and 2 on in. Yeah, knock over those walls, Richard. You show them who's boss. Ha ha ha! The brightest star is in the room. Ha ha! There's actually a door over here too that I forgot, but again, it's whatever. That room's flooded, so I can't really get in there anyway. Discard this card without effect. Oh! And when an encounter card with this symbol is drawn, I can reload a weapon up to full flamethrower. Yes! He found kerosene. Yeah, Chris, that is awesome. That's great. Okay, that's 1. Oh, yes. Spawn a zombie for 2. Not so great, but Richard can take care of it. After resolving all spawn entries on this card, replace the closest corpse with the Crimson Head. There are no corpses, just a zombie. All right, so the zombie would go right here, is that? Oh, no, it would go right there, which is fine, okay. That comes out. I open for 1, in for 2. I'm going to go down for 3, and I'm going to look at this guy, and we're just going to go Kaloo Kalay, shotgunny into his face. There it is. Boom, gaba, gaba, gaba. just to get him out of here and be like, you're done. I don't really care. I don't want to have to deal with you. So goodbye, zombie. Away you go, and no head for you as well. All right, so that's going to be the end of Richard's turn. This one goes away, one goes away, one goes away. I don't remember if I pulled... Oh, it doesn't really matter at this point anyway, because that's the end of Richard's turn. Richard draws attention card, waterlogged. I killed everything, so it is what it is. That actually wouldn't go there either. Chris has moved 4 spaces. He's now on the top floor with Richard, so it's the end of his turn. So now what's the problem is, that goes, all this, I'm just going to get rid of Disease Clause right now, because I'm not going to have to deal with it. This now flips over, so all of the wind rooms are become unflooded, and then I could choose to flood one of these 2. Chris is so close to that other one. I think what I'm going to do, so that's where Chris ended his turn right here. Richard is all the way down over this way. The wind token has gone, so there's a water log that came off from here, but we have the sun tile here and the moon tile here. I think I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to poof, poof, and we're going to flood this one. So that means the moon flipped straight up. Okay, that is the end of Chris's turn. We can remove that. We'll draw attention and all clear. Now, Richard is going to use an action in order to reflip the wind crest face up. So it's going to reset the timer and everything along that ways. But then again, this will also be flooded as well. So now with him in the master control, he can just make a nice spot for Chris to just kind of beeline in. So then this would flip back down, and I would put 10 more things on this. Yeah, I'll get back here. You don't go there. If you're there, there's 4 left on that, whatever. Just put all that here, and then this becomes unflooded. And that's going to be the end of Richard's turn, because he doesn't need to do anything else, because now it's just Chris making his way down and around. I smell you, Mr. Redfield. All right, Richard turns in. Both of these come off. We draw from the depths. All right, well, Richard apparently is going to try to get hit by a shark where he is. Does he get hit? No! Oh, yes, he does! Oh, no! Oh, he gets bit while working on the control. Ow! I have the little sharks in order to show that, but you know what? We're just going to keep going, because I really don't care right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is also great, because I can just do this, take this off, and I don't have to use a tension card in order to do what I got to do. However, Richard does, because of where he is. All clear. Fantastic. Chris, however, is just going to open up this door in order to buy him a turn, and then pop one of these off. No, he's not. No, he's not. I take it back. I take it back. Because at the end of Richard's turn, this would have popped off, and this would have popped off. Then it would be the end of Chris's turn, and then the end of Richard's turn, so Chris would have died. So no, we are not doing that. Instead, Chris does 1 action to open, and then 2, 3, and then 4, in order to do that. There we go. All right, Chris's turn. All clear. Hooray. See, this is where the all clear should come in. 1 and 2. Richard can't do anything, so unfortunately he goes like this. All clear. And then we do this and this. So then you'll flip face down, and then I'll have the sun crest flip face up, so that saves Chris. So then this would go here. That shuts, and Mr. Sharky just kind of chills in there now. Did I draw for Richard? I don't remember. Let's see. All clear. Doesn't matter. Chris's turn. Oh my God, so close. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so on Chris's next turn, we'll win. So Chris gets Gunshots in the Darkness. I think I drew this near the end of the last one as well. I don't care, because I'm not drawing anything else. Richard forgoes his turn. Shattered Glass, draw an additional, and spawn a Cerberus on the active. Oh, I gotta kill that thing now. Sinister Echoes, place this card next to tension attack with 4 wounds if the character makes an attack. Resolve the, are you kidding? Wow, of course, now we get bad things. All right, there is the Cerberus right there. That's going to be the end of Richard's turn. It's fine, whatever. 1, 2, and I am just going to go ahead and flamethrower that thing. Using one of his flamethrower rounds, now that we just reset it, we kill the dog. We very, very much kill the dog. But because Stirring Echoes, we have to draw an encounter card because we made an attack. All right, and what is that? That is... Locate the closest tile to the active character that contains one or more enemies and at least one non-locked door. Open every... Psst, done. We finished. That's it. We're done. We've burned the dog. He is gone. Boom, 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 boom. And both of our characters have made it to the exit tile intact. This area is now completely flooded. There are just sharks still swimming around all over the place. There's a little sharky right there, a big sharky right there. Wait till you meet Mama in the next episode. So let us go to the end phase, finally. All right, well, now we're going to go ahead and move our danger level up to level 12, which is pretty high. I don't know why I thought it was 9 in the last one, but it's definitely at 12 right now. The good thing is that after the next episode, we'll be able to drop it back down, which is going to be very, very helpful. And then, after we've done this... There are no corpses in the area on any part of the map, which is great, so that doesn't have to worry about that. And there is only one zombie that I left in that one area that spawned with Chris, trying to bounce back and forth between these silly maps. Oh my gosh, all right, well, nothing new got added in there, at least. Flamethrower is now back at 10 because that got added 2. Grenade launcher is up to maximum of 6 because that got 1. Shotgun is up to 3. Handgun goes all the way back up to 15. What did I use? I used stuff. I used a bunch of things. Kerosene, shotgun shells, that all gets shuffled back in. I didn't use any of this stuff. Characters heal 1. So unfortunately, Richard is hurt. But I'll take that. I'll take him hurt like that going into the next round. So we'll have these two, after they have just finished Aqua Ring A, go on in and do Aqua Ring B, because I think that's just going to be the best way to do it for sure. We got an advanced Chris. Hurrah! That's amazing right there. And then all of that is the way it is. Okay, let's get on out of here. Everything else, nothing comes out of these decks or anything along that way. So we're good, gravy, wonderful. To the mansion map and wrapping this up. Oh boy, that was a wet and wild adventure. Wouldn't you say so, Bruce? Yeah, it was crazy. Tell you guys, this one right here so far is probably my least favorite of all of the missions so far. It's just, I don't know. I wish I knew if we were doing that correctly along the ways. And like sometimes the missions that take this long, like this is a long episode. And I do apologize. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me all the way to the end with this and everything. It's just, did I do it right? Did I do everything in the right order? Did I activate everything the correct way? Was I supposed to do that? And then like the errors within the book also really make it very tough to know, like, is this the right way? Is this how it's supposed to be? But in any event, guys, let me know what you thought of Aqua Ring A down in the comment section below. I know a few of you are playing this and trying to play along with me, but because I only put these out once, this month is actually going to be twice a month because of what's coming up next, I don't move forward as fast as like you guys with your gaming groups. But, you know, if you haven't played Aqua Ring A, hopefully this is a good informative piece about what to expect. If you have played Aqua Ring A, how did your experience go, especially in comparison to whatever it is that Advanced Chris and Richard went through right here. But with that said, let's go ahead and put our star on here as we have completed it, and we will put Aqua Ring B right next to it. I think it's the same thing on both sides, right? Yep, it's the same thing on both sides. Doesn't really matter. But you actually make the ring right there. It's amazing to think that you have this like giant circle full of death and destruction and giant sharks all around underneath the mansion. It's so wild. And I also believe that this is guardhouse B, and then over here is going to be our next boss, which, by the way, spoiler alert, you're going to get 2 episodes this month of Resident Evil, the board game. Or if it's in the future, you can just have another one already. Because Aqua Ring B is our next boss fight. And as compared to the Yawn that we fought before, this is a battle to the death. We have to defeat this giant shark or else we cannot move forward. But defeating him will yield some great rewards, including lowering down that that mansion danger gauge that we have going on right now, because it's getting pretty high, getting to that red zone, and we really don't want that. That means in order not to miss the next boss battling, shark stomping, we need a bigger boat running action. Be sure you are subscribed to the Home Gamer Dad. If you wish to support the channel even further, there are a lot of ways to do that down in the description section below. You can check out this game on one of the Amazon links that I have down there. Purchasing it through there using the affiliate links go a long way in order to help the channel. I'm trying to get a few other affiliate links out there as well. See who's out there and who's willing to kind of work with me and everything like that. I very much appreciate it if anybody does, which would be awesome. Otherwise YouTube memberships and Patreon subscribers get these videos early. You get extra voting and a few other things like that. I'm going to be reworking some of the pricing soon, so be sure to keep an eye on that. But regardless of anything, your view, your like, your share, your subscribe, you just being here right now, watching this, playing along with me, letting me know your thoughts, comments, and everything like that go a long way to helping the Home Gamer Dad grow and enable me to continue putting out this massive campaign one after another. We got 1, 2, 3 left for the Bleak Outpost. And then once we finish this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 things that unlock for us, which is going to be crazy because I think after that, we'll go up here to do another boss fight and then just continue working our way around the mansion. Just so much happening, so many crazy things. Chris and Richard are going to be fighting another giant shark, a bigger giant shark right here, and that's going to be amazing. Guys, thank you so much again. Take care of yourselves and each other. We are family forever, gaming together. Until next time, stay out of the water. Rah.